Hi, welcome to the annual report of the Yu's company, presented by myself. My name is Peter Yu, and I'm the CEO of the company. So let's go through the numbers. Next slide. First off, let's talk about company overview. Our vision of the company is to be the dominating market force that once was before the breakup of the monopoly, and the mission of the company is to be the biggest provider of low-end products at the lowest cost and the best price, and lead the industry with advanced high-end products that no competitors can match. You can see our company as a Michael Kors company where we have very expensive designer bags that earn a lot of money and bring a lot of revenue for the company. And you also have stuff that are cheaper that sells at outlets. They are kind of more accessible to normal consumers like us. Um, so this is kind of the breakup of the company. Next slide. To look at our finance for this year 2020, our sales actually is $264 million, increased by $69 million, and that's a 35.5%, actually more than 35.5% increase from last year's sales. And the biggest competitor that we have, which is Baldwin, is $72.7 million behind. So we have a very good financial position. The profits for this year is $35 million, and it increased by $25 million, 5.5 times of last year's profits, and also it's 3 times the next best profit earner. So we're in a very good financial position. The contribution margin increased from 38.9% to 43%. What this means is that even though our sales are increasing by so much and our profits are increasing, um, the cost is actually reducing, is lower because of our R&D, because of our TQM, the models that we put in as the company. And if you look at our report, the stock price increased by $38.32. So our stock price is actually almost $70, and that's like almost jumped twice by twice compared to last year's earning. And our return on equity (ROE) is 30.4 times. Compared to a real life company is almost the same as Google. So which is all very cool. So let's go through the detailed breakup of the markets. So next slide, please. So, like I said, the low end we want to be the biggest provider. Low end is our cash cow. We don't have to do much R&D. We just have to produce. And right now we're stocking out in these markets because the demand for it is so high. And so I foresaw that, and I increased my capacity for the next few rounds. So it will be continue to grow and continue to bring in us revenue. Traditional market we're withdrawing actually because we let the traditional product initially sink into low end, and which is making us more money, and that's very good. For high end, it's our leading product is industry leading, is the best. It has the best position, and it has the best R&D, and the competitors can't match it. The market share is 34.4%, and the contribution margin is 43%. It used to be very expensive, but because of our TQM, because of R&D and everything, now it's becoming cheaper to manufacture and cheaper to produce. So we're planning to introduce a new product in high end in the coming year. Next slide, please. Now we look at performance market. Actually, performance market is pretty interesting. We have 24.9% market share. It used to be the market that we wanted to invest heavily in, but comparing to size market, performance market is very expensive, and performance market does not overlap in the future with traditional low or high end markets. So it's going to be a very um, high cost venture that we didn't want to do. So instead, we did a size market, which is also technology demanding. We have a 47.2% potential market share, and because of the lower cost, we have a higher contribution margin compared to if we invest in the performance market. So it's working very well for us, and we plan to maintain that way. So next slide, please. So what do I expect from the company? Of course, there's continued growth in the future. we can expect that we can expect our market share in the main markets, low end, high end, the size market to continue to increase, and we expect higher output because we saw that a lot of the problems that we have is from stockouts, and that's because we didn't have enough capacity. And also, talking about stockouts, there's a detailed analysis. So for the low end, we know that we're gonna run out of stocks. I mean, we're running out of inventory because just how much the demand for our company is. So we have the most sales, we have the best price and everything. So I increased the capacity for next round, so we'll be in better position. For Adam, Adam one, Adam two is pretty interesting because our product was slow on the ideal spot placement, and now because we caught up on R&D and everything is the best now is ideal spot. So um, the demand increase is kind of more than what we expected. So we'll be able to match that with our forecasting and capacity next round. And for um, the other ones that we stuck out is agape, which is the size market. And the interesting thing is just because um, we need to increase the capacity and make more production. So basically, we know what's going on with the company. Um, we know how it's gonna run. We know how it's gonna turn in the future, and the company looks great. The stock price is going to continue to increase, and everything is gonna be good. Thank you.